Welcome to MCs and MVPs. This is your host, Aramis.
The hostess with the mostest.
And then that's JT. And this guy is Jordy.
This Big Poppy to you, sir.
Oh, whoa. Whoa now.
You hear you got shot in Cuba?
No, no one knows what you're talking about.
I'm
I know
sorry.
who Big Poppy is. He played for the
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Sox forever.
Baseball
No,
player.
give a shit about baseball.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, as you
Like
can
one of the
tell
most
from the
boring
title up
sports to
top,
watch.
we will be recapping week 2 and previewing week 3.
You sound so excited to do this video, Aaron.
So,
Like, are you reading the
with
prompt?
that-
Where's this teleprompter you're reading off
He has
of?
been waiting his whole life to do this.
with that being said, we're going to hop into it. The preview of, not the preview, the recap of week 2. Week 2 went by very quickly. You had the Minnesota Vikings try to mount a comeback after turning over the ball in the first half like 4 times.
Again,
Again, for the
The
second
Eagles
straight
turned over the
week.
ball a couple times, too. That whole first half was just ugly.
And then, so you
Yeah,
had the
just
Eagles
back to
win.
Yeah.
And then you have Atlanta out-edge Green Bay Packers 25-24.
Close game.
And you had the Bills beat up on the Raiders.
They needed that comeback win, though, the Bills did after losing last week.
Fair enough.
yeah, because people are quickly losing faith in Josh Allen.
Well, what's
They
going on with the
are
Bengals, man?
Well, with the Bengals,
Like,
like I said at the beginning of the season, Bengals, and they lost to Baltimore by 3-20.
yeah, you said that he wasn't going to be the same because he hasn't played at all since that injury.
Mhm.
So Joe Burrow wasn't going to be the same, and we haven't seen Joe Burrow be the same this year.
Because he's still hurt. He needs to just sit out for half the season.
You think
And
that's what they need to do?
Yeah,
You think he's going to be potentially could be injured again?
And that's
Oh.
one of them teams where it's like he sit out half the season. You know you're going 0-6.
yeah,
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather save your franchise quarterback?
you would think so.
I don't know.
And then Colorado just got scored on again by working. It was 13, and then they missed the field goal, the extra point. So that is interesting. All right, Colorado. This is week 1 of conference play. Let's see what you do against Oregon. Anyway, you had Detroit lose in overtime against Seattle. I can't believe Geno
is
Smith
so
inconsistent.
yeah, man. Like I watched, I didn't watch the whole game. But I watched the highlights, and I was like, "Who is this guy with his Geno Smith jersey on?" Like,
The first half he wasn't pretty, but then he got
You
together
know
in the
those
second.
movies where there's like a twin or something,
Right?
and they keep switching places to do things.
that's what happened at halftime. Because if you watch the first half, it was one Geno. If you watch the second half, it was a different Geno Smith. Like it was so weird. Like.
The
Is there a switch on his back that they come over and turn on? Like, I don't
The
get
actual
it.
Geno Smith can't play football.
twin
but
brother.
his twin brother is amazing.
Right?
And they swapped for one football game because the coach was yelling at him, said, you got to be there.
Jesus, man, it's so weird.
Then got back to practice, and coach was like, Geno, that's how you play forever. And he was like, fuck.
And with that being said, you had
Robinson's injured, man. I watched that hit.
hold on. Who?
Robinson.
Richardson.
Richardson.
I told you his big ass thought he could just walk into the end zone and got
He
popped
hit so hard.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Just because you
I
bigger
think Gardner-
and you're
Gardner's
stronger
been for a little bit.
and you're faster, he got concussed off
Yeah.
that bopping ass on his ass.
He got hit so hard.
He thought he was just
Well,
gonna walk in there. I told you.
I don't know if I want to say the Gardner Minshew played a good game or that the Texas defense played bad.
Probably a combination of both, but I
Gardner
mean,
didn't have a bad game.
he did, and
I
I think he's gonna start this week, and hopefully he gets the dub too.
We'll find out. I think he's good for the Colts.
I think he's good in general. I think he's a solid guy that come in and win you games. He's
Yeah.
a solid backup, but he come in and win you games when need to be.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Jacksonville lost to
They kicked 3 field goals.
Kansas
They could not
City.
score a touchdown.
That's what that score is 17-9 Kansas City. That's with Chris Jones returning and Travis Kelce.
He
So
had two
I just want y'all to know that. So
Did Chris Jones have 2 sacks?
they're winning games. Kansas City is winning games ugly.
Yeah.
So.
No, well, the receiving core is just bad. like real bad. Their offensive line doesn't look very good either.
And then next we got Baker Mayfield. Maybe we want to hop on the Baker Mayfield train because Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay
Like I was saying,
beat Chicago.
Well, they beat the Bears, but like I
And
was saying
Chicago
before,
is a whole nother story.
like I was
Which
saying-
is why I don't think it's
Yeah.
time to quite hop on the Baker train because they beat Chicago.
But like I was saying before the podcast, Chris Evans is the number 3 receiver in the NFL right now, man. Like,
That's why in terms of yards.
yeah, in terms of yards.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's catching the ball. Like they're getting out there. Baker's getting him the ball like he's supposed to. You know, he's getting space. Like he's. I think that I don't know if I want to jump on the band train, but I don't think they're going to
The band train.
the bandwagon or the train.
I don't want to
He
jump on
hasn't-
either one.
He said he doesn't know.
Exactly. I don't want to jump on either one of them because who do they? We'll find out who they play next, and I want to see him be tested. You know, I want to see him play against a good team, or a decent defense. Like I think if they play against like San Francisco, the Jets, someone like that, the Cowboys, then we'll be able to see what they're actually like.
Fair enough. Okay. Next, you have the Charger and charging as they lose to the doggone Titans,
I ain't watching that game.
27-24.
Did either one of you guys watch anything?
I never caught the end of it.
And we're just gonna move on. You had the Charge. I said the Charge. You had the Cardinals lose a close one to
That
Daniel
game
Jones
was
and
not
New
as-
York
the game-
Giants.
It was a game of two halves. That's what that game
It was.
No, it was them trying to figure out who was throwing away the year. The Cardinals we're throwing away the year. The Giants were like, but we might throw away the year. Then the Cardinals were like, but we called it first, so you have to win today.
The Giants is like, we need Marvin Harris Jr. So what y'all gonna do?
All right.
We don't need a quarterback. We just trying to get Marvin Harris Jones Jr. That's it, Marvin Harris Jr. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how he said. We need Daniel Jones to get a legit receiver. That's it.
Well, and their offensive line is bad, man. We'll talk more about that. I don't know if we won't talk about the Thursday game today,
But yeah.
probably. But I mean, when they were playing the San Francisco dude, I was just watching them get bull rushed, dude. Like that.
Speaking of
Daniel
which,
Jones was just getting destroyed. It looked like, dude. Hurry up passes. He got sacked 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
Like it was bad. Their offensive line needs help.
It is trash.
It's so arguably the worst in the NFL right now.
I ain't gonna say the
I said
worst.
arguably.
I wouldn't even argue. There's some worse. There's some
The Bears'
worse.
offensive line was really bad too.
Did they give up 7 sacks week 1?
No, but that's against the
And then
Cowboys.
4 more the next week?
That's against the.
And then that.
I don't care who it's
That was
against.
against the Cardinals.
It's
and then
7 sacks.
And then they gave away 3. They gave away 3 on Thursday, so it's 7, 11, 14 sacks in 3 games. That's bad.
Wow.
That's
I didn't realize that.
I was like, listen, I love my Cowboys. I want to give that defense all the credit in the world, but that O-line fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
That's coming from someone who played O-line.
I watched them. I was like,
I know
oh,
you did. I know you
no.
were. That's what I was saying. Like, I was watching. They were getting bull. Like,
Up
all
down.
of them getting bull rushed.
All right, let's
Grown
move
men
on.
would've been
Let's
doing
get this
up downs.
recap over. Cause,
let's
cause
move on.
man,
Talk about this
cause
line,
that is ridiculous. I didn't realize they gave
It's
him
so
so many
bad.
sacks.
So
And in the
bad.
first 2, I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Now, some of
bad.
those are Daniel Jones throw away the ball, but
Yeah.
at the same
No, he's not
time,
wrong.
they are in his face every
Yeah,
play.
like, he's not wrong, but yeah, like I think he's been hurried up at least 20 times this year, man. Like rushing the pass and stuff like that. He's got a lot of throwaways. It's just
20's being generous.
yeah for his hurry up throws.
No, saying it's only 20 is being generous
Yeah.
because
All right. So with that being said, we got
San Francisco.
the 49ers. The 49ers beat the Rams by
49ers
7.
look good, man. Brock Purdy's looking amazing. I don't think he's thrown a pick this year yet.
Brock Purdy didn't look too good in this game.
He didn't?
No,
No,
well,
I didn't watch the highlights or anything.
it's not that he
I just
didn't
saw-
look good because he made some good throws. He looked like an average quarterback with really
He's still
good
got
weapons.
weapons, yeah.
But I mean, I'm just, and it's not a
He's-
knock against Brock Purdy, but like,
He's coming off that elbow injury.
You
And
know.
like, it's his second year, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. But-
I thought he's looking decent.
the
Though.
Rams, most definitely, he looked really
Yeah,
good.
and they got a 2-headed monster in the backfield, man. They can just run the ball. Christian McCaffrey is averaging 5
You talking, you
yards a carry
see,
right
you
now.
talking about the monsters in backfield. It ain't
Yeah.
about them.
You know, Debo Samuel, man.
No, I could care. Debo Samuels is the number 2 receiver on his team, who just got paid big time. He's number 2. Brandon Ayuk is number 1, but that's neither here nor there. Because
Sorry, isn't he?
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he got hurt.
But,
So
but at the same time, what I'm talking about is the monsters up front who making these big old gaps.
Oh,
These
yeah.
wide gaps.
Dude, the offensive, talk about a bad offensive line for the Giants. We'll flip it to
Like, for real, they literally just
pushing people
out the way.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm excited to watch the 49ers Cowboys game. I feel like that lineup.
Well, it's gonna be a little different.
Oh,
It's gonna be a little different because Trayvon hurt.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Well, I was
be a
talking
little
the line. I'm talking just the line battle. That's what I was talking about. Just the line battle is going to be amazing.
It's definitely gonna be a true test for our boy Micah. So, with that being said, we got Cowboys blowing out the Jets in D-Town, and then we don't need to say nothing about this game.
Well, I want to say one thing about
okay,
damn it, who is their Sauce Gardner? Man, if he would have got that pick, it would have been for a touchdown.
Oh yeah,
and the game might have been a little different, but it just.
No, it won't. Look who the quarterback.
It would have been 16-30.
They were missing the extra kick. It would have been 17. You're just saying the kicker missed the extra point.
The way that game went, probably.
Right. Zach Wilson looks so bad. Miami just got a pick.
Zach Wilson looks like he did not expect to play.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Oh, the touchdown's what it was. Okay.
Touchdown.
But dude, okay, I was watching the clip from Week 1 Jets game, and they're on the Manning Mondays. Peyton Manning had completely forgotten that Zach Wilson even played for the Jets. He goes, so Aaron Rodgers goes down. He's like, "Oh no, do they have a backup? Who's their backup?" And then Eli's like, "Zach Wilson." And he's like, "Zach Wilson still plays for the Jets."
With that being said, let's go to another NFC East team that's on a winning streak.
Yeah, man, that was really weird. The Commanders came back to win. I don't understand. Like, the defense for the Broncos fell apart, bro. Like, they fell apart.
The Washington Commanders beat Broncos 35-30.
It's been so long since I've seen a Hail Mary like that.
Aramis got taken back.
I almost hit the ground for a minute.
Aramis got taken back to the hood for a second.
For real, like.
All right, Brody, you were saying a Hail Mary pass.
Look, for real, look.
Can't relate. Fort Hood, not the hood. Nah, that's pretty much the same thing. But anyway, it's been like, I don't remember the last time seeing a Hail Mary.
That was the last one I remember.
Like a Hail Mary that was straight up no. That wasn't going to work, and then it came down in their favor.
Yeah.
And then it was like, and then you can't get 2 yards. Game over. And Washington was trash for most of that game.
End of the first quarter, the Broncos down 0-13.
The Broncos, man, their defense just fell apart in the second half. I don't even know what happened in that second quarter, dude. It was bad. They were getting torn up in the run and the pass everywhere.
Just seeing Sam Howell dice y'all up is
a
wild thing.
But that also makes me look good for the future of Sam Howell. I was just like, if he can do this with the Commanders' offense, if he got put on a different team.
So would you just so let's reel it back a little bit and let's push these next couple of games. But before that, I will say this about the Commanders. Ron Rivera still needs to be fired.
Seconded.
Like Ron Rivera.
Fuck that guy.
Ron Rivera still needs to be fired. And you know who they need to go ahead and promote to head coach because their offense looked night and day from what it did several years ago.
Their OC.
Eric Bieniemy. He needs to be promoted. Remember when he didn't have to even say this, but in the offseason he comes out, well, a lot of the offensive players come to me complaining about how hard he coached. Y'all remember that BS during the offseason? You remember that? You did? Well, a lot of the players was crying because he was coaching them hard. Crying because he was coaching them hard.
They don't need to be on my team. They can transfer somewhere else.
The transfer. It's not college. Boy, you so
if you act like kids, you treat you like kids. Go get in the transfer window and get the fuck out.
I don't know. Because a lot of that stuff is like,
and like
who came up and said it?
He didn't have to say it. He didn't have to expose. Nobody cared. Like, and then look at the offense now. Look at the offense. The offense looked really good compared to the last 5 years.
So you're saying their current head coach or their
the current head coach
said that
players coming to his office and complaining about Eric Bieniemy coaching them hard.
I want a hard coach though. That's bad.
It's one of those things where it's like literally, if I'm not hearing a player say that, I'm not taking that. Like I'm not even really believing that. It's like coming through and it's like, yeah, everybody keeps coming up and saying this about a coach, this about a coach. I'm like,
But that's the point is he don't have to say. He didn't have to say it at all. It was irrelevant.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's not a boost or a detriment in my ears for the other coach.
For the coach, yes.
Because I'm like,
Well, to me, I would be like, why are you going out to the press talking shit? That would be my thing.
Exactly.
It's like, if you have a problem with the way I coach, come talk to me.
I know why you're doing it. You a bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, I
You're
already
afraid
know
of your
that.
job, which I probably am.
Especially with the new regime with
The new owners.
ownership. Yep, coming
Yeah.
in town. But anyway, let's move on. We can talk too much
Well,
about
one more
the
thing. Do you think the Commanders would keep their name, or do you think they're going to change it?
They have to change it.
They have. Yeah, it's a
They
bad
have
name.
to
It's a bad
change it.
name.
They have to change it.
Brody, what do you think? They're going to change it?
I don't care about them being the Commanders, but there's a whole petition for them to go back to the Redskins. So
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
There's
But I doubt that they're gonna go to the Redskins.
There's a big Native American push for them to go back to
Oh,
the
that's
Redskins
nice.
because they were like, we didn't complain about it.
White people. It was white people. White people are so bad about complaining for other people. Like, y'all need to knock it off. What?
Looks like my hair is like fading in the middle of my head.
It's because you're getting old, motherfucker.
Part of that is also you're right under a light, so it
Yeah.
just looks.
But anyway, Miami.
Yeah, Dolphins, Patriots. Patriots look bad, man. Patriots look so bad.
Miami beat the Patriots 24-17.
Patriots look so bad.
Hold on. Shh. Oh, this
That's a UFC fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Who's yelling at my wife? I'm about to go beat someone up. That's what I saw in his face, you know? He was like, hang on, I hear loud, like your voices, I need to find out what's going on. Dolphins look good, I think.
Tua look good,
The
accurate.
Patriots look bad, man. Patriots look real. Zeke looks fat.
He don't look bad.
Zeke looks fat.
Dude don't look bad. Anyway, on
Look
to
as
the
big
next
as he
one.
was when he was with us.
I think he looks,
Nah. He ain't that big. He's slimmed up, man. I don't know what the heck you talking
I think he looks fat.
about. The Saints look bad.
Yeah, the Saints look so bad.
The Saints look bad, and the fact that
Taysom
they
Hill looks better, in my opinion, than Daniel Carr.
Derek
Daniel Carr.
Daniel Carr, exactly.
he looks way better than Daniel Carr.
Exactly. But I think Taysom Hill looks better than Derek Carr, in my opinion. And a couple of throws that I
You said Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Taysom.
They're
Utility.
dual.
First of all, hell to the nah.
I think he
is
a
a
couple of throws I've seen.
no. He is boo boo cheese, like
Boo-boo
boo
cheese.
cheese.
What he said, boo-boo
I
cheese.
don't want that.
He's like dingleberries. He just.
You know what a dingleberry
Yeah,
is?
you know what
I
dingleberry is?
100% know what
I know what dingleberry is. It's that poop roll that curls up underneath your booty cheeks and your hair and your booty cheeks.
And he's 100% right. I wasn't going to. I was like,
That's what he
I
is.
believe you that you know what it is. We don't have to say what it is. I was just kind of like,
Y'all were combative about it. I was gonna let it go. I was straight up just gonna let it go, but y'all were like, "Nah, we gotta hash this out."
Yeah, cause he a dingleberry. He hanging on because he's a gadget guy. He could play tight end. He could throw, make
Running
a
back,
run back. He could throw a pass or two. Like, nah, he wasn't that good. Oh shit, they got the damn first down
and then some.
and some.
Yeah,
That's a
this
big
was
dude.
bad for Colorado.
Ooh, I was not ready for that at all.
No. Anyways,
But yeah, anyway, yeah.
your Saints won. Great job.
Name my Saints. Saints.
Steelers. That's what I meant.
My Steelers.
I don't know either.
Look.
Your Steelers won. Great job.
Listen. I don't know what's going on between Matt Canada, the offense coordinator, him, and Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett look blind, and Matt Canada don't know how to call freaking plays. So between the two of them, it's whether both of their asses got to go or Matt Canada got to go.
They're just like, pick it.
I guess that's funny.
I think it's hilarious.
And then we got, oh, he thought he was going to throw it deep.
Oh,
You
no.
better
Yeah,
get down.
Go down.
Go down, Bo.
Anyways,
But yeah, so that's it for this recap. Let's try to move on quickly through these next week. All right, week 3, here we go.
oh, we saw one game for week 3. You know, like we were talking about.
You saw it. I was in there. I was trying to go to sleep. I was in and out. I was like probably looked at like a quarter.
It's the Giants that look so. It was Saquon's high ankle sprain.
Nobody care about Saquon.
I mean,
I told y'all all about Saquon. I told y'all exactly what y'all need to know prior to this season. He's injury prone. That's why he don't.
Boo-boo. I think that's exactly what you said. With
He a boo boo. Because he can't stay healthy.
You can't.
And speaking of which, about these damn running backs, excuse my language. All of them, all of them jokers who was in the doggone meeting, in the press conference, with the exception of Christian McCaffrey, has gotten hurt.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler hurt. Najee Harris hurt. J.K. Dobbins hurt. Saquon Barkley hurt. Brandon Jacobs, is he? No, he might not be hurt. But
he's not hurt yet.
But yes,
He's still playing.
Nick, I'm not sure. Nick Chubb.
Yeah, his leg's broken, dude. His leg. I don't know if he was in the meeting though.
I don't know if he was in the meeting, but
His leg is broken. Like he's out for the season.
nah, it was his kneecap thing.
Whatever. He's out for this. It looks messed up. He's out for the season.
It was nasty. Anyway, but yeah, so I just thought I'd throw that out there because his dumb ass, he said, "Oh, I'm worth more than that because I have one breakout season." Give me a break, dude. Give me a break.
I agree with you.
They should have came out and been like, "Hey, we want more money because we can only be here for so long."
Exactly.
That's what you should have
That's
said.
what you should have said. Anyway.
And then when y'all got injured, you'd be like, "See what we're talking
Exactly.
Well, it's usually like after like 4 or 5 seasons, the running back just they're beat up, man. They
What-
hit a lot.
That's why I would not be complaining about 2-back systems. Like if I'm gonna start, if I'm the old guy and I'm a starter, and I know I just share some times with this other guy, I'm still not gonna complain because I know I'm still the guy.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna take some of the workload off me, so I'm not getting hit.
So I can
much.
last longer.
Right,
Yes,
and I can take a break. All I have to do is run on first and second down. Put me in, coach.
for real.
Sign me up.
And every once in a while I can line up as slot receiver.
Right? Or you're gonna make me the third down back because I got more experience. I'm fine with that. You put me on third down, I'm great. And
Yeah.
and then put me out to the slot sometimes or run me out. I'm fine with that. Let this young guy get a lot of the runs. Let him get hit once.
Everybody likes that until they be like, "Actually, we using that guy more than you, so we don't want to pay you."
Yeah.
And actually now, instead of him being the third down, we bringing you in to block. He's like, "I'm a running back. I don't want to be blocking." And I'm like, "Well, guess what? You block now. He runs. You block."
But yeah, all right.
All of you learn how to block.
They all do.
They all, yeah, all of them.
They all do.
But
No, just literally, just all running backs need to get better at blocking. It's some of them are just straight up terrible,
Yeah.
and then other ones are just like you don't want to do it.
right,
Derrick Henry is pretty good at blocking. He's a big ass dude.
yeah.
That's why he's good at blocking.
Yeah.
He's not actually good at blocking. It's just you're a big body.
Yeah.
Zeke is
Go stand in
actually,
front of someone.
Zeke is really good at blocking. But
Really
anyway,
good.
but yeah, so the 49ers beat up on the Giants,
They did
30-12, and so now we got predictions for the rest of the week. Let's make it quick. Let's get through these things. We got Baltimore versus Indianapolis, the Colts.
Taking Ravens.
Ravens.
I'm gonna go with the Colts because the Ravens didn't look that good. They haven't looked good in that one of their first games. Not saying that they're not good or they're not going to be good. I'm just gonna believe in Minshew mania this time. So, but yep. We got Cleveland and Tennessee.
Cleveland.
I'm gonna watch the Cleveland, so I'm gonna go Titans.
I'm gonna go Titans. Atlanta, Detroit.
Detroit.
Atlanta.
If they can make it not be close, I'm going Atlanta. Because Detroit wants ugly games.
Yeah, it's true.
But-
They do, yeah.
Atlanta wins ugly games. So.
Mhm.
That's a good point.
We got the Saints at Green Bay.
Fuck.
We take Packers.
I'm gonna take Packers too.
Yeah, Saints ain't doing it for me.
You got
This is not a question. This is not a question. Jaguars are gonna win.
you got Houston and versus Jaguars.
I think we're all picking the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Texas and 4. No, I'm kidding. Jaguars.
Okay, cool. So we got Denver at Miami.
I would love to see a Denver bounce back. I don't believe we're gonna see it this week.
Yeah, I think Miami's gonna thrash them with speed on the outside.
Man, we can't be agreeing all on these.
We can't like we're pretty good at guessing who's gonna win, or at least getting pretty close. You know what I mean? Like I feel like most of the time we're mostly in the win column. For if you go back and look at our guesses, most of the time, like sometimes we guess different stuff, but 9 times out of 10, if you go back and look at our videos, we're usually guessing pretty close to the same stuff. And
It's
usually
funny
we're
'cause
right.
sometimes we guess on shit. Nah, I don't like them.
Yeah, I know you two do.
Nah, I can't guess.
I can't guess that team.
I can't say that whole division gonna win this week.
Right?
Yeah, that's so true. Oh, we got the Chargers versus. They got the Chargers at Minnesota.
I think the Vikings are going to bounce
Me
back.
too, Vikings, because Chargers just they like to give up.
They fucking have to.
They have
Like,
to.
if they don't come back this week, like, I don't know. I guess you're trying to tank too.
Right?
Trade Kirk Cousins. Oh, Oregon just.
Yeah, this Oregon is 20-0.
Wow.
And then we got the Jets versus the Patriots, and I don't.
I'm sorry, yeah.
No, you're fine. But the Patriots offense just looks so bad.
So does the Jets.
Yeah, I know, but the Jets defense looks so good. The Patriots defense doesn't look good either. I think the Jets are going to win this one. Because it's against the Patriots.
I'm just gonna say the Patriots because I think the Patriots have to win this one. They have to win
But
this.
you're not wrong. They really need to win this one.
I was-
Don't they have a new quarterback?
No, they still got Mac back there. Mac Jones still back there.
They signed another quarterback though. Will Greer.
No, they cut him too.
Oh, they cut him too. Okay, my bad. I thought
They re-signed Bailey Zappi.
And even
Oh,
if
okay.
they did, like, Will Greer is a bag up.
I know that, but maybe not. I don't know. Just that one game, I keep thinking about it. I don't know why.
That game was only good because he understood I have to play good or I don't have a job.
He
Wish
don't
you-
have a job. Yeah, he still don't have a job. But anyways, Bills versus the Commanders. I think Commanders are going to lose this one. They can't go 3-0.
No, I'm going with the Commanders.
Really?
I'm not impressed with Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's not. He did not look good
I
this
do
year.
think he is on such a down tick.
Yeah,
But I want the Commanders to lose. So
I want the Commanders to lose
so
too.
I'm going Bill.
I think the Bills are going to win.
Okay. We got Andy Dalton starting for Carolina. Carolina versus Seattle.
You know what? Give
Kiana.
me Gino. Give me Gino's twin brother.
I'm going Panthers.
Really? You don't think Gino's
I
twin
don't
brother?
trust that motherfucker.
You don't think his twin brother's got like a previous engagement? He can't show up to win this
I
game
don't
for
know.
him.
You know, maybe somebody, there's a quinceañera or something to be at.
I don't know if Gino's Latino or not.
I mean, but his chick might be.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know.
That's a good point. Or it could be a friend.
Yeah.
You know,
Or he might just want some good tacos.
that's a valid point. They have some great tacos at Kids.
I'm going to go with Gino. Unfortunately, my heart is telling me pick Carolina, but I'm going to go because they have the better team.
They did, yeah.
I'm going with Seattle. So we got
That is not a
Dallas
question.
and Arizona.
Dallas's defense is the number one defense in the NFL right now.
Oh, by far.
Their offense, I'm going to say, is top 5 probably.
Boy,
The scoring.
quit
Look at the
smoking
points.
weed.
Look at the points. The
Quit
points.
smoking weed.
Points scored.
Quit smoking weed.
Points scored.
Quit smoking weed.
Points scored, Brody.
Quit smoking
I don't think in points scored that's true because
They have 70.
we've had a lot of defensive scored.
Exactly.
But if I'm just talking about points, it's 70 points. in
If
two
you're just
games.
talking about the points in general, that's not how that works because the defense is also scoring.
Touchdown.
So that does not
they didn't score a touchdown against the Jets.
is scoring. They got like 2 for week 1.
Yeah, it's 14 points.
Yeah.
They scored 40 in week 1.
Yeah.
They scored 30 in week 2.
Yeah.
So if they'd scored 14 points,
I'm
that
hearing
means-
all of this.
So if the defense scored 14 points in week 1, then
Also,
the
you-
offense scored 26,
Also, you got to be
and then 30
also,
in week 2. So that is 56 points in 2 games.
Have you not been looking at the games that we've just looked at?
I don't think he,
The average score is like 28.
That's a valid point.
I don't think he understand like the turnover margin. If they don't score because the defense gets turnovers on their side of the field, it makes the offense have to score.
And as
when
much
you when the defense forced them into their area, like they literally turning the ball over.
Especially because that game 1 against the Giants should have been worse than what it was.
Yeah,
there,
I agree with you.
there was a good bit of, I think, like 3 of those drives started in Giants territory and ended in field goals.
So with that being said, everybody gonna pick the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, still picking count.
Yeah,
I'm still
for sure.
On to the next one. So we got
Chiefs.
the hot mess that is Chicago Bears versus they're at the Chiefs.
What is going on with that whole
Defense
thing?
coordinator.
Yeah,
We don't know. Probably they say one child pornography related. That's what they say. But anytime you get your stuff, look at, and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Anyway, but Chiefs. All right. We got Pittsburgh at Las Vegas. I'm gonna go
I'm going
Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
I'm picking Pittsburgh.
And then we got another doubleheader for Monday Night Football. We got the Eagles at Tampa Bay. There you go. That's what you want to see. And then you got the Rams at Cincinnati. So who you got?
I'm taking the Eagles.
What about the second one?
What about what?
The second one.
Do the Bengals need to bounce back, man? They need, and the Rams have not looked good at all. So I think in the Bengals in the second one.
I also don't think the Rams have done any have been too great, even though the Bengals have been shitty also. But I think Bengals bounce back this week, and I'm taking Bucks over Eagles because they've been sometimey this year. They've been winning.
Yeah,
But it's
like I was saying, that first half against the Vikings was really, really weird. It's a very strange first half. There's a lot of turnovers.
It just wasn't really anything clicking.
Right.
For either team.
They came out with a
There were
win, but it just
fumbles.
wasn't.
There was fumbles. There was a lot of punts. I think there was 2 interceptions by both quarterbacks. Like it was just so weird.
All right. Well, I got the Eagles and the Rams winning. So
You know, the Bengals bounce back. You still think that Joe? You think Joe, as the quarterback that he is?
I
You've
think
seen it for 4 years
Aaron
now,
Donald
5
and them
years.
is going to get out there. Joe Burrow, and
It is so windy in Miami right now. Apparently,
So.
or they're in Temple, aren't they?
yep, they're in Temple.
Yeah, they're in Temple. They're having someone actually hold it.
They're
Is
in
it-
Pittsburgh. I mean, Philadelphia. There you go. Pittsburgh. They're Philadelphia. Not Philadelphia. Crap. Temple is in Philadelphia. It's close to. It's in Pennsylvania. There you go.
I thought Temple was in Texas.
There is a temple in Texas.
Yeah,
My bad.
Temple is in Pennsylvania.
All right. Well, that's all the games.
This
and
temple's
our
definitely
projections.
not going to be in Texas with Texas Tech being in Texas.
Yeah, that's
with that logo.
That's why I thought they were in Texas, though. I was like, maybe Texas Tech was like, we're both Texas teams. Texas Temple. So, but
Until
whatever.
next time.